Hi and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I'm with the lovely Declan from Gelato Messina. How are you, Declan?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
That's good. Thank you for having us into your gorgeous home.
It's an absolute pleasure.
It is a beautiful design. So tell me a little bit about this gorgeous design.
We just wanted this kitchen to be really simple, easy to clean, accessible. We wanted things hidden away because it's part of the main area, so we wanted an integrated fridge, integrated dishwasher, everything just hidden away. The induction cooktop is really easy to clean. There's no large chunky bits pointing out everywhere, so it's just a really simple, nice, clean kitchen.
Yeah, it works beautifully. And like I say, it's always great to work in a space that's minimal, clean and open. It's easier to cook. You feel more organised almost, don't you?
The last thing we need is clutter.
Exactly. I can see you have the gorgeous Siemens Combi Steamer here, and you will be showing us a bit of a recipe today. And what are we going to be cooking?
Well, we're going to be cooking a beautiful sourdough loaf. One of the reasons that we cooked this today was because we wanted to also show you how we use it in some of our gelato recipes. And probably the most popular flavour that we do with sourdough in it is the fairy bread gelato.
Well, great. Well, you can give us some tips today then.
Yeah. It's a pretty simple process in some ways, even though it's quite daunting. It's really just flour and water. You can make multiple loaves. I'm going to make 2 loaves. I'm going to need 550 grams of water. You add your starter, and or your active levain, whatever you want to call it. But this is a very active starter that I fed about 3 hours ago. So we give that a little bit of a mix around like that. And then the next step is to add the flour, and then we mix it all together, and that brings us what's called our shaggy mess, which is the first version of the dough. Now we can add the salt, just like that. And then you literally just poke your fingers into it. The gluten is starting to develop. Wet your fingers, come underneath the dough gently and fold up over itself. And all you do is you simply turn the bowl by a quarter turn, pick up the dough from the middle, fold it on itself, and keep going until you've done it about 4 or 5 times. And you'll notice that as you do it, it becomes much tighter as you get around the dough. And that's the time at which you stop and you let it rest again. But we're going to take it out, we're going to put it on the bench, and we're going to divide it and do our first shape. You can lift it up and just fold it over itself like that, gentle fold. So I'm just pulling down gently with the scraper and then lifting my hand off the dough. So you can see now the top is getting quite taut. There's no lines in it. It's just nice and smooth. And that's the point at which you can probably stop. Gently stretch it out so we get a nice flat stretchy piece of dough. It's almost like a triangle. We come across, we come up, we come up, we come up, and then we roll it onto itself like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it out of this banneton and onto a bit of greaseproof paper, and then we're going to score the bread, and then we're going to put it in the oven and bake it. It's now been about 40 minutes, about 20 minutes with the steam on and about 20 minutes with the steam off.
It's beautiful. You're going to crack it open. Let's take a look inside. It sounds good. You can hear the crunch.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we make a fairy bread gelato at Messina, which is, it's an interesting flavour because I'm sure people have done fairy bread before, but the way that we do it is quite unique in that we make sourdough prior to making the gelato, and then we infuse the sourdough into the base of the gelato, the liquid that actually makes the actual flavour. So when you taste the base of the gelato, it actually tastes like buttered sourdough bread. And then obviously you have this hundreds and thousands and all that sort of stuff.
We are lucky enough to have that recipe in our culinary cookbook as well that you can download yourself a copy of, and I think we should try it. Declan, what do you think?
Why not? I'll just have this one.
That's your serve, single serve. Love it.
Taste the bread with it though. It's a actual bread, it's pretty cool.